Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for another Future Langrisser series installment. This episode we're gonna talk about the new major update that will be coming in a few days. And by the time of the recording, it is on March 25th, 2023, and which is I believe the estimate of 5 days from now, depending on when you're watching this. So, anyways, the next major update will be adding two new characters, Grenshiel from Langrisser Mobile, and Joa+Conny from Langrisser Reincarnation Tensei. And these two are honestly they're both not too bad, but they're actually good in their own ways. They'll be I'm not here to share information on what they do, but one thing for certain is that Grenshield is the faction buffer for strategic masters. Yes, after a long time of no new faction buffers, we are finally getting one, and this is on Grenshield. Grenshield, I mean. So yeah, if you're still into strategic master teams, Grenshield is excellent addition for you. So anyways, let's take a look at and see what the major update has in store for the next 4 weeks, and also to find out more how these characters works. Keep an eye out for Kong's video about shoot your summon video whenever it's ready. So, anyways, let's get into the banners and see what are we expecting for this 4 weeks within this 4 weeks within the major update. So, first off, just a disclaimer. Previously, we had the Wish banner of Langrisser 1, 2, and 3 heroes featured on there. Previously, it was featured on the second week of a major update, but now, by the looks of this, it seems like they pushed it to the third week instead of the usual second week. So don't get all those order mixed up. So anyways, this is based on what I saw on Wikigrisser, so anything on here might change at some point within the major update. So don't expect this as a finalized schedule. So anyways, so first week, of course, we're getting two new characters. These are Joa+Conny and Grenshield. And also, some of you guys might be aware that the names that was given to Global are are actually different from the ones that we got that the same game got from China. So yeah, yeah, the it's mostly the translation kind of mix up, I would say. But anyways, this is what we're actually getting for global. So don't get those names confused. Like there's a one prime example from the update where they introduced Theon and Leo Beck, right? The only character that got the translation change or actually like doesn't really match up with the CN's translation. It is Theon. His previous name was Zeon, like with a Z instead of Theon. That's how it's spelled in global right as of now. Anyways, this will last for the whole major update. So this will begin on March 30th, 2023, all the way to April 26th, 2023. All right, and then on week two we got the returning actually not necessarily returning, but a new radar banner. This is featuring some existing characters. One of them is Ricky and Ares. This will run on April 6th all the way to April 19th. So if you're missing any of these two characters, like such as Ricky or Ares, this banner isn't so bad to pick up. But however, if you end up getting someone that you already own, don't feel bad because these two are pretty good. But I mean, there's some worst case scenarios in this kind of banner. If you end up getting someone that's not even featured on the banner, like I would say off banner, then yeah, that's a bummer. Like so, like if you really want to get that other unit, but you end up getting someone you already have as a feature unit, that's what I meant. Like, don't feel bad about it because you're basically boosting your existing unit instead of like have a wasted potential. But unless that character you had is a 6 star already. But at that point, you can actually trade it in for different shards, a hero shards, I mean. But as far as I can tell, you still cannot get the other hero just by doing the shard trade-ins, because you do need 60, and the game only allows you to have 50 shards. So yeah, it's not enough to trade for another character. So I think it will remain like this for a long time until I don't know. Are they ever gonna change it? I don't think so, but we'll see how it goes as Langrisser goes on in the future. All right, next week. Okay, on to the third week of the major update. This one has one Destiny banner and one Wish banner. Like I said earlier, Langrisser 1, 2, and 3. That's a returning banner that will occur every major update in the second or third week. I think at this point it's third week now. And speaking of Destiny banner, the Destiny banner on the third week features Ironblood Commander, Toa, and Lamford. So if you for some reason couldn't get Grenshiel, Lamford might not be too bad. But however, some people would prefer Ultimuller as the faction buffer because I've seen a lot of people brought Ultimuller over Lamford when it comes to faction buff choices. Anyways, Toa is also not bad as well because she has the ability to pass any dispellable buffs that she has, like at least three random ones, onto the ally you selected. So like for example, Elma's light mirror, anything that can be dispellable, like the light mirror for example. If Toa has light mirror on her as a buff and nothing else, Toa can actually pass that buff to another unit that you have, which allows your team to have more than one unit with the light mirror at the same time. Honestly, this might sound a bit niche, but however, it could help you depending on which buff you're passing. And IBC no brainer, she is still the best out there for Apex, with both offense and defense support. I'm not saying by healing, of course, not like that. She's more useful on the offensive side. It's like she can allow your team to charge towards the enemy side much faster than they normally would with the attack formation. And then, however, if you're in the pitch of like taking too much damage, IBC can also slot that in to help your team survive a bit better than they usually would with the defense formation, which also prevents them from being displaced. So yeah, IBC is still good out there, but however, at some point there will be those units that will lose their meta. So watch out when it comes to that. And also, and now for the fourth week of the major update, I know I'm taking a long time explanation, but I just wanted to get all those out there as much as I can. So anyways, on the fourth week, as you expect, there will be two Destiny banners. One of them will be featuring Varash, Archon of the Moon, and Night of Mystery. I believe this banner have occurred before, but I could be wrong. But anyways, these guys aren't so bad. But if you don't have Varash in this kind of lineup, then I would say he is somewhat worth getting. But it really depends if you want him or not, because Varash is getting his casting patterns in the near future, and his is gonna be an improvement for his taking time bomb mechanic, which allows him to hit first before he dies, if I remember what it was. But I don't remember which update it will do this. But anyways, we'll see because I know that it's somewhere out there in the future. And also Archon of Moon, we'll talk about that later because I'll tell you why he's actually important to some extent. I mean, okay, the next Destiny banner, the other Destiny banner we're getting is the recurring classic, Liana, Luna, and Bozo. These three are still pretty decent to this day. Especially these three are actually featured starter units you can get at the beginning of the game. So if you're still missing these characters, I wouldn't say skipping out on those because Liana specifically is pretty good when it comes to healing and also allow your units to act again. And then Bozo is still pretty good out there too. Like Bozo can actually dish out lots of debuffs against the enemies as well as a crazy amount of AoE attacks that can also grant debuffs onto enemies. And then Luna is actually okay because like she's a faction buffer for Princess Lions, at least for starters. I mean, even though her faction buff is kind of outdated, it is still decent. It is still decent with the damage output. So basically, any princess allies that you have that got buffed with her, they will deal a 15% HP fixed damage to an enemy. But however, that faction buff is not meant to kill. So just to let you know. So for example, if the HP is pretty healthy, it will take off 15% of that. But however, if they're pretty low, that is still not enough to kill them. It only scales on the remaining HP. Just to let you know, if you think about getting Luna. Anyways, this will run on April 20th all the way to May 3rd. On the fourth week, of course. And in the third week, I don't think I actually explained the date on this one. The third week will begin on April 13th all the way to April 26th, which is April 26th is the end of the cycle, just to let you know. So, anyways, once again, these banners might be in the right places, but at the same time, uh, take this as a grain of salt because there's a good chance that these banners may shift around in the near future. So watch out for that. All right, next part. Let's talk about what events or changes to be made in the major update. So surprisingly, this major update has two new Secret Realm events, or actually, I would say returning ones. The first one is Forbidden Battleground. So if you're really liking the challenges in Langrisser so far, Forbidden Battleground is for you. And then if you're into tower defense kind of game, well, I got good news for you. Dawnlight Basin is actually coming back in this major update. So if you really want to dive in for the tower defense kind of mechanism, but if you missed out on the first time it came during the fourth anniversary, this is also for you. And also, let's talk about some changes that are also implemented to this major update. So, auto hammer and auto ascend material purchase added for equipment leveling. Auto master and material purchase added for class upgrading. And also, R and SR ranked Anarchy machines added to the guild shop. So yeah, these are pretty good. These are pretty good additions. So let me explain what they are. So auto hammer and auto ascend materials are actually pretty useful when it comes to upgrading your equipment levels. So like previously we need to like do like a hassle of like only able to add several hammers, but you had to add them slowly. Well, with this change, you can actually do these much quicker now with the ascending the material like auto ascend and also auto hammer. So yeah, so basically you don't need to leave that equipment leveling screen when it comes to auto hammer or auto ascend materials. And also the auto master and material purchase added for class upgrading, which is also pretty nice. So like it allows you to progress your class much faster this way. And then finally, the R and SR rank Anakin machines added to the guild shop. So for some reason, if you guys are still playing the game and you're pretty much new, this could benefit you in the long run, especially for new players. So yeah, for long time players like the one like veterans, I would say, this could also benefit a lot, but this is only those who have taken a break for a long time and still need some catch up to do. The guild shop is actually essential for these purchases now. So let me repeat what I said about the L and SR Anakin machines. So if you're still behind in the game, like especially for new players, this one will actually help you out a lot because it allows you to train your soldiers much quickly. But however, for the veteran players, it will also benefit them a lot when it comes to new soldiers because yes, Langrisser M will still add new soldiers to this day. So at least SR ranked Anakin machines will still be of use if you're still lacking on those. But for me, I don't see myself using this feature because I have stocked up a lot of those machines. So yeah, I'm not worried about this change because it brings up it brings the like the aspects of catching up if you're behind. All right. Speaking of which, we got some new confession and exclusives. So this time around is a pretty solid lineup. So what we have here, we got two new exclusive, one for Werner and the other one for Azusa. So if you actually play these characters a lot, you're gonna be excited for those exclusive equipments because these are pretty decent in their own ways. Okay, so Werner is the armor piece. And what it does, it increases his defense by 10%. At the start of the map, gain strike stance. When in strike stance, if no blocks were moved uh, before attacking, and then after battle, gain strike stance. So how this works is is pretty straightforward. So basically, with this gear on, Werner will be able to do we'll be able to do like a full potential attack attack stance because like previously he you need to wait one turn for him to be in his stance, right? Well, with this gear you can just attack them directly without waiting for one turn to get into the stance that you want, which is a huge improvement when it comes to attacking with Werner. So yeah, with this gear, I think Werner is probably going to be a top tier Apex menace, I would say, because you're able to get your strike stance much quickly than you used to, which is a good change for Werner. I mean, he has a lot of potential already, but with this, it can strengthen his potential even further. All right, the next one we got is Azusa, and this one I believe is the huh. It could be. I think it's a weapon or it could be an accessory. It might be a weapon. I don't know. But anyways, we'll see we'll see what it is. Let me know in the comments if this is actually a weapon or accessory because it looks like a staff to me, and the staffs are usually weapons. But at the same time, this could also be accessories since I'm looking at the stat bonuses like HP and defense. Yeah, I'm just not sure if this is a weapon or not. So, anyways, moving on. HP and defense plus 5%. When duality ward is in effect, skill damage plus 10%. If taking fatal damage while duality ward, firm, and flexible are in effect, then consumes these three effects to restore 50% HP. This effect may only occur once per battle. So yeah, basically how this works is that if Azusa have the the effect where there's like there like two round orbs like orbiting around the Azusa, that's called the quantity ward. When she had that when she had that effect on, but however, if she takes a fatal hit while having the duality ward, firm, and flexible effects that are in effect on her, she will consume those and get revived for with half the HP restored. But however, this can only be done once per battle. So basically, Azusa is gonna be interesting opponent to take out because like she can no longer get one shotted if she has all three of these effects on her. So in order for this to work, I mean it's not that hard to do, but you gotta make sure that you have like a the attack like physical attack and magical attack used before they end the Zusa. Otherwise, the revive would not work. So I'm starting to think this might be the accessory. I don't really I'm really not sure if it really is, but at the same time it could be a weapon because like I don't know because based on what I saw on the image, it looks more like a staff. So I feel it might be a weapon, but we'll see if it really is a weapon when it comes out. And then we got the new confession. This one is for Ashamar. So if you're an Ashamar player or Ashamar main, you're probably gonna love this because you can now interact with Ashamar in the once you complete your heart bond. Alright, next up we got the casting pattern skills for the next major update. And I'm sorry that if the video takes too long because I have so much info to share in this batch of updates. So, anyways, I'm gonna try my best to shorten as much as possible. So, anyways, the we got four characters getting the casting pattern skills. The first one we got is Lambda. Int increased by 10%. The Breath of Tranquility effect will last one extra turn. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Lambda, I know that not many people use Lambda anymore because, Mariandel is the replacement of Lambda. I mean, ironically. With this casting patterns, this could bring Lambda back in some extent, but is it enough? Probably not. Alright, next up we got Claret. Movement increases attack up to 12%, and troops damage taken also increases up to 20%. Hmm. I don't know. The wording might be a little confusing here, so let me try to think of what this meant. So basically, what I've heard about this is that if this translation is correct, it means that the more movement you do, it your 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 attack will actually increase in damage. But however, as a trade-off, you will suffer even more damage. But I don't know if that's even true or not. But anyways, it might be a translation error. So just to let you know, or it could mean that the enemy troops will take more damage. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out in the game. And I'll update you all when I can because there are a lot of things in Weakrisser on here might not be accurate than the ones we saw in the global version, which has not been released yet. Not gonna just to let you know. All right, next up we got Lamford. Lamford is another unit is another like faction buff for strategic masters. He's getting a casting pattern skill for this batch as well. Allies within the talent command range gain critical damage plus 10% and restore 20% of damage dealt in battle SHP. Yep, that is pretty decent here. Like not only it increases their crit damage when it does, it also restores their HP of like 20% of their damage dealt, which it is pretty nice because because Lamford can actually keep your allies alive just a little bit enough to keep them in the battle. All right, last but not least, we got Vargas. The one of the dominating tanks, I believe, at least for physical side, I would say. Anyways, Vargas is an interesting one. So far, I've known is that Vargas is the only tank out there that has a 3 guard range. Based on what I've known so far, most of the tanks we got currently only had 2 guard range. His is a unique case. So, anyways, his casting pattern skill increases defense by 5% after triggering revive effect. Gain damage dealt plus 15% for 1 turn, and it cannot be dispelled. So yeah, basically how this works, it makes Vargas even more dangerous. If you manage to take him out and then make him use his revive, it will make him deal more damage against you when he attacks, or actually when he's defending too, depending on whichever's first. So yeah, as you can see here, Vargas is pretty solid, like despite him being a niche tank, but it has like a 3 guard range. So yeah, if you manage to fully casting pattern Vargas, then don't feel bad because like it allows them to do much better in the end. All right, before I let you all go, I just gonna let you all the reminder if you think about summoning for the new characters Grenshiel and and Joa+Conny, I have something to say for the update that will be coming after this major update because if you're unaware, the next major update is going to be featuring a new crossover entry from the Trails series, like Trails in the Dark or Kuno no Kiski. depending on where you're coming from. But anyways, if you think about spending your stuff for those new characters like Renshio and Joe and Connie, you might as well try your best to save for those characters as well, like for the next major update, because collabs are actually will not return for a long time. So if you're into collab a lot, like me, I will advise you to save your resources for those ones instead. And also in the elephant in the room, we got another collab entry in the future as well. In case you haven't seen my recent, I think the recent video of a CN trailer showcasing the characters from Shining Resonance series. Yes, Resonance collab is now a thing. I mean, if you're just living under a rock, you might not notice, but anyways, we got two new collab entries in the near future. This is one of them. This one's one of them, like Trails in the Dark or Kuno no Kiski. Yep, we'll be getting this very soon. So once it arrives, we'll explain how it works. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you all find this information informative. And then I'm sorry that the video is long, so bear with me. So, anyways, see you all next time.